103-year-old Madame Li presides over one of Wudang's 3 major temples. Although she is frail, she still practices Tai Chi for more than 3 hours every day, just as she has for the past 90 years.
While practicing Tai Chi, one's Qi circulates the whole body 18 times.
Ancient Chinese religious doctrines are at the heart of everything she does. She uses Tai Chi exercises to build her Qi energy. Madame Li takes her exercises very seriously indeed.
When I was 18 years old, I was always sickly. But since I began to practice Tai Chi, I've never been sick again.
2 years ago, youthful black hair began to replace her aged grey locks. She attributes her longevity and her youthful appearance to the daily practice of Tai Chi.
When I practice Tai Chi, the Qi circulates through my entire body. There are no sores on my body. As you can see, my hands are still very soft and dexterous.
Madame Li has been a Taoist nun and celibate since her teens. She doesn't regret not having a family. She has been single-minded in her devotion. Her path, her Tao, has been here, in Wudang. Taoism is an ancient Chinese philosophy. It is based on the writings of the sage Lao Tzu. It says that each person must find their own way, their own path to fulfillment.
Be persistent and determined. Be devoted to Tao.
From the time she first arrived in Wudang as a teenager, Madame Li's entire life has been spent on these mountain slopes. First she was a nun, then a priestess. Today, she is the head of one of Wudang's most important temples. In addition to being famous for her skills in Tai Chi and for her longevity, she is legendary in Wudang for her great compassion. She is philosophical about its great cost.
Without bitterness, one will never know sweetness.
When Madame Li was born, China was still the Celestial Empire, and an emperor still sat on the dragon throne. She was already 12 when the last emperor was toppled from that throne. Like Jade Dragon, Madame Li had a hard childhood. When she was 6, she was sold to another family as a child bride. While growing up, she was repeatedly beaten and abused by her husband's family. When she was 14, against her family's wishes, she snuck off to Mount Wudang. There, underneath a cypress tree, she found her Tao, her way, and decided to become a nun. Today, that tree is a place of adoration for Madame Li's disciples.
Mistress Li teaches us to be persistent and sincere. One must persevere at all times.
The founder of Taoism, Lao Tzu, said that we must be merciful and compassionate to others. Madame Li has spent her life putting his words into action. In 1960, there was a great famine. Millions of people starved. At a nearby noodle factory, Madame Li spent each day picking up scraps of noodle thrown away by the factory, saving them to feed the hungry.
I found dirty scraps of noodles in the sewers of the factory. I would take as many as I could, wash them to make them edible, and then distribute them to nearby families. I never kept even one for myself.
Madame Li's path to Tao has been lonely and tough. Only her faith guided her through long years of hardship.